Well, good evening, everyone. Michael, soothing here. Do you ever have anything that's endearing in your partner, but also drives you completely insane? Well, I do. Namely, I'm going to gossip about my wife's OCD. Because you see, I think I took my shoe off a few minutes ago and she's going to want to put hand sanitizer on me. Oh, yeah, I need hand sanitizer. She'll probably come up. Do you hear that crinkling? You know what that is? She comes after me all the time with these things. Some kind of cleaning wipes. So I'm going to tell you what. Now it's the wipe, see, that you have to do. If I touch anything and I touch anything else, then it's going to, okay, you can go now. Oh, if I touch my nose, then it's the sanitizer and the, okay, I think she's gone. Now we can gossip about her in peace, okay? So I'll tell you what it's like to be married to someone with OCD. There are worse kinds of OCD because with this one, I have a very clean house. And I'm not prone to ever getting any kind of infection because I'm sanitized from head to toe daily, multiple times, okay? But let's see if I can. Somebody requested a tapping video. Let me show you some of her sanitizing products. This is just a very small sampling. Okay, these bottles are all over the house. Hand sanitizer. Another hand sanitizer. Another hand sanitizer. There's like 50 of these small ones in various locations. There's really big ones like this. I'm still collecting them up. Another one like this. These are everywhere. They're in every nook and cranny. They're in every room, usually multiple ones. I think here, this is like the living room, dining room area. And typically I could see probably 6 hand sanitizer bottles just from this one location. Like I said, I had someone request tapping not long ago, and I'm going to do a little ear-to-ear tapping here before we get more involved in our gossip. But we also have, of course, these disinfecting wipes. Giant containers of these are everywhere, as well as smaller packages residing in her backpack, which she takes with her everywhere. If you've ever seen her in one of her videos, or, well, no, she doesn't wear it in her video, but she has a pink backpack that she generally takes everywhere. And a lot of people think she looks like Dora the Explorer, all right? So what's it like living with someone that has cleanliness OCD? Let's see if I can remember just a few of the things that I can tell you. I'll start with the around the house stuff. If we come in the door from outside, we have to be instantly sanitized. Washing of hands with soap because we touched the doorknob, you know. But then the doorknob has to be cleaned, right? The shoes come off by the front door. No shoes in the house. No, no, no. But of course, this is pretty standard if you're Asian or Filipino, so it's not the shoes off at the door thing that makes it OCD. It's the fact that you touched your shoes to take them off. Even if you kick them off with your foot, she's going to insist that you go wash your hands with soap and warm water and probably be sanitized as well. If you're wondering why I'm wearing these shades, it's not to be cool. It's, if I wanted to be cool, I'd wear my cool shades. These are daytime readers for outside in the sun. But it's because I had a needle put in my eye again to help restore sight in that eye. An Avastin injection. And it left me with an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator eye that's all red, bright red. You don't want to see it because it would scare you too much. Okay? See, if I was to show you, no, I'm not going to. Sorry. Yeah, I know they have shows on now, like, to shock you, like Dr. Pimple Popper. Does anyone... I don't think I could watch 1 second of that show, let alone a whole episode. You know, if I see even the trailer for it, my head explodes, but disgusting stuff. But anyway, so here's what happens. If I get a tiny cut or anything like that, I get lathered in this stuff, like after soap and water, 3 times over. And that's good, because then I won't get an infection. But sometimes some things can be carried away. For example, if you were to go in the bathroom and use the facilities, shall we say, Joanne insists that if anybody's been in there, there's going to be an invasion throughout the entire surface of the bathroom of something she defines as poop particles, okay? Now, I don't want to get into anything, too graphic, but let's just say I'm extremely clean compared to most people, I think, because I'm obsessive myself about cleanliness, which is why we make a good match. Well, at least I thought I was obsessive about cleanliness, but with Joanne it's like this. If you were to use the facilities in the most clean and neat manner possible, she would then still take a shower, and perhaps wash the entire bathroom for 2 hours. I didn't bring you the gaggle of cleaning products that she purchases for use in such emergencies as someone using the restroom, but let's just say there are more bottles and jars and new sponges. She has to buy sponges by the gross because, once you've used one, it can't be rinsed and reused. It's got to be discarded. All right, so luckily for me and our budget, I touched this handle, so it probably is going to have to be sanitized shortly. But in fact, I'll just give you an anecdote. When she's cooking or doing anything in the kitchen, for each meal, the entire dishwasher fills up with dishes. It ran 3 times today. You think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Okay? Because if anything is touched in any way, it must be sanitized. Have you ever seen anyone who could use like 12 glasses in one day instead of reusing one that's got water in it? Well, now you've found someone. Luckily, I have a very efficient dishwasher. It's brand new. And it's set up so that you don't have a heating element in it. It just uses the hot water, which is quite hot here from our hot water heater. And then the heat from that, it's all shiny stainless steel inside. So if you crack it open when it's done, everything dries without a heating element, which is kind of nice. So that saves electricity, which is mighty important if you have an OCD person. All right, so yeah, cleaning products. Luckily for me and my budget, she buys this stuff at Dollar Tree. So you can get 30 different things of cleaning product and sponges and everything under the sun for $1 each. In fact, I think the sponges are maybe 4 or even 8 for $1, the ones she gets. So it's not quite as wasteful and excessive as it sounds. Isopropyl alcohol too. We'll do some tapping during this video to make it a little bit more relaxing than just talking about cleaning, right? But anyway, moving right along. So how about laundry? Well, I think I'm the only one I know of with a 2-person household, sometimes 3 people when Maria is here, where the washing machine gets filled with clothes twice in a day. Okay? Now, I only discard my clothes once, and that's for my shower, which she insists I have just before bed. Reason being, we have to be super clean when we get into the sheets, right? So if I need a morning shower, or if I've heavily exercised, I have to take 2 showers during the day. And if I was to get up in the middle of the night and use the restroom facilities, she would insist on a shower before getting back into the covers. She told me yesterday that if she had her way, she would wash all the bedding and the sheets and blankets and pillowcases and cover on the bed every single day. Luckily, I've been able to talk a little bit of sense into her on that one, since we are, getting super clean before bed already, before we get into the covers. And I'm a clean person, very clean, I thought. But she says to me, "You filthy man, you filthy man. I saw you touch that Kleenex and not wash your hands." And then she'll come after me with the sanitizer, like one in each hand, right? Like stereo sanitizer bottles. So not only that, but the wipes, she'll come after me with the wipe. So, here's how it is. It's like, if I was to go into the kitchen, right, and toss something into the wastebasket, just a crumpled up paper towel, which she calls, amusingly, from where she's from, kitchen paper is what it's called. So that's what I call it now. If I was to if you touch, around your trash bin, you have a white plastic, usually plastic bag you put in there, right? A trash bag. And that keeps everything clean and tidy, and nothing gross touches the inside of your trash can. Well, if I was to touch the plastic liner in any way, even though it's never been touched by anything yet, she would insist on immediate washing of hands and sanitizing. Okay, so that's how it is. Of course, countertops and things like that, all spotless all the time. Messy, but spotless. Messy There's, you know, cooking stuff everywhere. We have limited counter space, but she loves to cook, so we have, you know, air fryer, we've got instant pot, we've got crock pot, you know, all these different things on the counter and all kinds of other stuff. So for her, it's a lot of work. I keep telling her, you're working too hard on this, but this is what makes her happy. So I mean, here's the thing. I'd much rather have an OCD cleanliness freak partner than a slob, right? Okay. Or, you know, I don't want to live in a pigsty because I'm pretty OCD about it myself. So what else can I gossip to you about? I have her tacit permission to discuss this, by the way, because we joke about it all the time. But it really does drive her insane to see. Let's talk about going in the car for a moment, okay? We go to the beach frequently, as you know, hunting agates and so forth. Doesn't matter how I wash my hands when I get back in the car. If I take the water bottle, it's usually a water bottle, and pour it on my hands and dry them after handling, you know, beach rocks or whatever, which are pretty clean already. They're washed by salt water, but she comes after me with the hand sanitizer and the wipes. And then she says, she hands me a second cleansing wipe and says, you have to wipe the steering wheel too, all of it, okay? Now, that's a little, you know, I could understand it if I had put my hands all over the wheel after getting them contaminated with something, mud or dirt or grime or even salt water. But even when I haven't touched the wheel, it's like, no, you have to sanitize the steering wheel too, okay? So it gives you a little flavor of what it's like. It can be very interesting to travel with someone that has OCD, because Joanne will never be satisfied with the cleanliness standards of any hotel. So what she does is, rather than packing a suitcase full of clothes and various accessories and sundry items for personal care, she has to pack bags and suitcases with tons of cleaning supplies, so that when we get to our destination, she can, go through an elaborate cleansing process of the bathroom, the hotel bathroom, the countertops where the TV is, the remote, you know. Now, the remote is the yuckiest thing in any hotel room, by the way. So I'm glad she cleans that. In fact, I'm glad she cleans the whole place, to tell you the truth, because I've seen those horror videos where they go around spraying stuff that will light up infrared, you know, if there's contamination, and it lights up all over the place, right, in hotel rooms. So it's kind of nice to have but you know, if you're really exhausted and you get to your hotel and it's 11:30 or midnight, you know, p.m., and you want to go to sleep, it can be a little annoying that there has to be a 1-hour cleaning of the bathroom before you can take your shower, right, to get into bed. So that's a little bit tough, but you know, anytime we touch the handle of a door, going into any department store or restaurant or business or anything of this sort, out comes the portable little bottle of hand sanitizer, and it gets liberally applied. I think we probably could keep the hand sanitizer company in business just by ourselves, with the amount we have. Luckily, again, she's very thrifty about where she shops. She doesn't pay full retail for this stuff. You know, she gets it for like $1 or something a bottle, by being careful where and how she buys it. And I think if you had that kind of OCD, that's a very good idea, don't you? So yeah, traveling can be a little bit, and then, you know, of course we have to do more laundry than most people when they travel, so rather than saving up the clothes in one of those dirty laundry bags and taking it back home, she wouldn't like that. You know, we usually do laundry there at the hotel. We pick hotels that have places where you can do it, so it doesn't create some kind of huge problem, right? I've been wanting to try to do something like a rail trip on Amtrak, but I don't know how we would carry, you know, the 2 tons of cleaning supplies we would need. I want to do an overnight trip, so we would get one of the little sleeper cars. So I've been watching YouTube videos about those, and you know, they're not all that clean, so I think there would definitely be some sanitizing action involved in that. What about going to restaurants, right? Well, of course, thankfully, we don't see what's going on in the back room, because if we did, neither of us would ever eat out. But since we do enjoy eating out from time to time, now and then, in establishments that seem to be at least halfway clean, what we do there is she has, where are they? She has her, I'm trying not to be too loud with these, Sesame Street Hushables. Look, who is that guy? It's not Kermit the Frog, so I don't know who he is. Because I really didn't watch Sesame Street, but one of you can tell me who that character is, because you guys always know the things I ask. And I'm too lazy to Google it, alright? So, just tell me. Anyway, when we go to a restaurant, then the portable bag of wipes comes out, and the table gets wiped down completely before any food products are brought to us. Doesn't matter if the waitresses or busboys are watching. These wipes come out, you know, and start going all over the table. And so, but again, I don't mind, because, you know, it's nice to know that your eating surface is pretty clean, and that you have, in fact, I can tell you, there are downsides to being with someone with this OCD, because she's constantly making me, you know, sanitize my hands and such. But but overall, it's really a plus, I think, because I like things to be very clean. So she's doing it all. I don't even have to worry, right? And so for me, being a cleanliness freak but kind of lazy in that area, it's all taken care of for me. So I'm actually not going to complain. Not too much. But she would say I complain all the time. But, it's just kind of like mild complaining, nothing serious. It's like complaining that your steak is really delicious, but it's 7 on the medium rare scale instead of 7.3, So it's like that. And by the way, when she cooks, I have to tell her that it's yummy or I get in big trouble. And Joanne will say, always be totally honest with me. Do not tell me what you think I want to hear. I don't like that. So if you like something or you don't like something, you have to be honest and tell me, right? When a woman says, be honest with me, okay? There's a different meaning to that question or that statement than what you think, guys, okay? And especially if they ask you something about their appearance, right? You never want to actually, if they say, does this make me look thin? Okay, there's an answer to that. There's only one possible answer to that question, okay? So you need to remember that. There is no variety of answers. There's only one. It's the same with the food. If somebody's making you a meal, then you have to be appreciative and not complain about it. And that's what I want to do, is be appreciative. So when it comes to her OCD, I actually have a great appreciation for it, even though I'm goofing on her about it now and then, as we all do around here. And so, in the long run, imagine if you were with someone who had OCD about, say, going outside. And what do they call that again? There's a term. They can't go outside, or they can't go out in daylight, or they have to spin around 8 times every time they walk through the front door or something. They have to eat crushed up bricks, at every meal. I mean, there are a million kinds of OCD. And so her and I are both a little bit obsessive in other areas as well. Like, if I start on a video game, I get obsessed with it. I mean, many guys do, but do they when they're, like getting to senior level? I don't know. I'm up to level 37 on Pokemon Go, and it only goes to level 40. So that means, and I didn't even do it for 2 years. So I just restarted it like 3 months ago, something. So a couple months ago, after a 2-year hiatus. I did it in 2016 and part of 2017, and then I stopped when Joanne came, because it drove her crazy. But now she's tolerant of me doing it when I'm, walking and stuff down in town. So, but that's how I am. If I get obsessed with something, I try to learn everything about it. And she does the same. She'll get on a kick like, I want to learn about certain nutrition thing. And then she'll buy books. She'll look up websites. She'll watch videos for hours and hours, obsessing about that one thing. And it's great because if I need some research done on something, I think Joanne should be in the research business because she's so good at it. Finding out everything there is to know about whatever she's looking at or interested in. She studies, like, and a lot of women don't do this, but she does. She started getting interested in SUVs, trucks, campers, RVs, and things like that. Not that we're in the market to buy one, but she got interested. And so she'll read everything she can get her hands on the internet, or especially YouTube videos. She just went by. That's what that loud noise was. She's disturbing my video. I'm going to have to chastise her greatly, or gently, as the case may be. Anyway, yeah, it's an endearing quality, but can be a little bit annoying. What I'd like to know from you subbies, if you're not asleep yet, is, do you have any OCD habits? Or are you with someone who has OCD habits? Because if so, I would be interested in comments to hear what they are. That will do it for today. So until next time, don't ASMR and drive. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it relaxed you. That noise is the rain coming down again all of a sudden. We're having a big storm. Giant Pacific storm. In fact, the waves are going to be like 25 to 30 feet high tomorrow. I think we'll go take a peek at them. That will be interesting. All right, everybody. Please subscribe and click on the bell and tell me in comments. I'll be able to sleep good with that rain. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.